Okay, y'all, I changed my body recomposition plan for 2025 going into 2026. And no, it is not all about heavy lifting anymore. What I'm doing now works better for my body, and today I am breaking it down, okay? Hello, gorgeous. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. It is your girl, Tamika. She is Tamika and Tamika is she. Hey, she is Tamika and Tamika is she. Hey, she is Tamika and Tamika is me. Hello, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Tamika. Hello, gorgeous. I am deep into my body recomposition era, and I've learned that what works on paper doesn't always work in real life, especially for women, especially for me. So I just want to give this disclaimer that strength training is not the end all be all. Okay, so I did needed to strength train heavy because I'm still on the GLP-1, but I got down to my lowest. I lost 60 pounds on the GLP-1, and I got down to my lowest of 133 pounds. I am 5'4", and I was in a size 6, okay? And I needed to gain some weight, so I got off the Zepbound so that I can put on a little bit of weight and strength train for my life, okay? And that was the two combinations that I needed to work together, because as I increased my food from below 1,200 calories all the way up to 2,300 calories, I needed to strength train heavy, so that I needed to use the food for fuel to help me with my strength training and put on a little bit of size, give my body some curves, all of that 9 yards. So I want to state that you can build muscle without strength training. You can do body weights, you can do resistance training, you can do at-home workouts. Like, you don't necessarily have to go into the gym. If that is what you want, then you go ahead and do so. And of course, it always depends on your body goals and what you like. And I do want to say, before I get more into the video, I do like the way my body looks currently, okay? So let me just show you real quick, because, you know, this is what my body looks like. You know, I'm happy to have a little bit more curves, okay? It is very important to have that as a female. What female does not want to have curves, okay? You want to have it, right? You want that hip to stick out, right? Yes, I know. So what I've learned when it comes down to heavy lifting is that after all the research that I have hunted for on YouTube, everybody was pretty much saying the same thing. If you want to grow your muscle, you need to lift heavy. You need to do 4 to 5 basic exercises, and you need to stick to it consistently not every day, but at least 3 to 4 times out of the week. You need to do the same exact workouts, and you need to also write down how many reps that you're doing, how heavy your weight is, so that you can progressively overload in order to build muscle, and that you would need to eat in a calorie surplus. But for newbies, because of newbie gains, you can do a body recomp, especially if you have fat you need to lose, aka weight loss, and you also want to put on a little bit of muscle. But during the body recomp phase, it will take a little bit longer. But if you was to eat in a calorie surplus, eat above your maintenance, just slightly, not a whole lot, around 20%, and then that way you can build the muscle that you need in order to grow the certain body parts that you want, aka the glutes, right? And I would have to say that I took that part of strength training very serious in October. Now, I already did the reverse diet and everything to get my body back right, and then got on my gyro to continue my GLP-1 maintenance. So then in October was when I decided that I needed to do another reverse, of course, because I started back eating low. So the reverse didn't take much, just add on a few extra calories. But my training, 5 basic workouts. So the 5 basic exercises, moves that I was doing, hopefully I'll have something to put on screen, is that doing reverse lunges, Bulgarian split squats, hip thrusts, And then, so that's 3 compound movements. And then you would add in around 2 isolation movements, which is your single leg movements, like lateral moves. You can do that, and donkey kicks, to work out the glutes and things like that. But what I found that doing that, I got bored with it because they wanted me to do that same workout over and over and over. And it's like, I don't like it. And just last week is when I discovered that I cannot continue this way of strength training anymore. I am a girly who just likes circuit training and HIIT. And that's when I realized that, hey, I need to start doing the things that I love. It keeps my heart rate up, builds muscle, and I don't feel beat down. I will still strength train, just smarter, less ego lifting, more intention. So it's not that I wasn't given the attention before. Training with intensity, it was too much intensity to the point where I am quad dominant. So when I would do a let's just say a lunge, and I have that heavy weight, as I'm pulling up, I am pulling up with my thighs versus my glutes. And for the longest, I could not feel my glutes. All I was feeling was my thighs. And it was just something that I noticed, that I felt like my glutes could have built a little bit more during the 6-8 months that I've been trying to progressive overload, eat more food, and then now trying to train with 5 different workouts and just repeat that over and over. I still wasn't getting the glute gains that I thought I should have had. Maybe I should have gave myself a little bit more time. I'm not exactly sure, but I know that my quad started changing and my quad started growing. So my quads is a little thicker. I can see it. I've even gotten compliments from my husband, and I got compliments from my daughter, and she was like, yeah, I can see that your legs are growing out, but my glutes were still, But when I changed it and stopped doing more of the strength training, did more circuit training, just in case if you don't know what circuit training is like, for example, circuit training can be like 7 different exercises. You don't rest in between. You just go from one exercise to the other. Once you complete that, let's just say 6 different exercises, then you rest for about a minute and 30 seconds, and then you repeat it over again. Whereas HIIT, you do rest in between. So let's say you can do 40 seconds of high intensity move, right? And you just go hard for those 40 seconds, and then you rest for 15 seconds, and then you go to the next move. And that's how you do your HIIT. So it's 40 seconds on, 15 seconds rest. And 40 seconds is like a rinse and repeat over and over until your 10 or 15 minutes is up. Now, I don't mind using weights with those. Like Juice and Toya has a lot of HIIT workouts with weight, so I can do a combination without having to do, the full-blown strength training with the squat and the overhead press. Like, I don't have to do all that because that bores me, and I'm getting tired and sick and tired of doing that. But it works. So if it works for you, let it work for you. So right now, I currently do not have a workout split. I do honestly prefer just doing full body no matter what. However, it just depends on what I'm feeling that day. I'm still trying to focus a lot on glutes. So I would say 3 days of glute focused workouts. And I might, add in a little bit of quads, of course, because I'm going to need it. But I will also do abs and upper body on my off days, okay? But I always get in my 10,000 steps during the week, and then on the weekends, it is between 5K to 8K steps. I am not limited to those numbers, but that is the number that I shoot for. But hey, if I get over, I get over. If I get a little under, I get a little under. It is okay. I only want to do heavy lifting is when my body feels good. This will help me stay consistent and lean and strong without a burnout. And that was another thing. I felt like I was just burning out. Now, if you've been following me on my shorts, those workouts I've been doing are mainly HIIT workouts that I've been doing off of Juice and Toya. So those were like my off days. But the other days, I didn't really want to show you the same thing over and over. You may see me do a Bulgarian split squat, which is my back leg is elevated and one leg is on the floor, and I'm literally going up and down. But to do those constantly over and over and over and just share the same thing over and over, and I'm not really seeing the results, that's another thing. But one more thing I wanted to add is that, dropping weight does not make you weak. Dropping weight just means like, hey, I can use my own body weight. I don't always have to use a heavy weight. I can use an 8-pound weight. I can use a 5-pound weight. The move alone, especially compound movements, is so taxing on the body. And to add like a 15-pound or a 20-pound or a 30-pound weight, that just makes it even more taxing on my body. And then if I'm trying to do more of a glute focus move, I am mainly feeling it in my thighs. So I prefer to just drop the weight, get my form correct, and just go from there and just focus on that and doing high reps. Now, when I noticed that when I was doing high reps with no body weight, let's just say donkey kicks, girl, I feel my glutes. When I'm done with my workout, I am like, my glutes are so sore. I was able to, not exhausted, but go into failure to the point where I can't go no more. Last week, I did 500 fire hydrants. It was 250 on each leg. By the time I was done, my glutes was like this, throbbing. So I was like, so why am I doing all this heavy strength training, heavy compound movements? Again, there's nothing wrong with it. But if the weight is too heavy, stop ego lifting and just drop the weight, or just go down to a more comfortable weight. And then you can easily progress when you feel like it. But at this moment in my life right now, I am so content with the way my body looks, and I feel like I've came a long way. So therefore, I need to embrace the body that I'm in. And there's no need to just, put my body through a lot of strain when I've done enough, And later down the line in future, I may want to progressive overload. I may want to go back to lifting very heavy. But for right now, I feel more comfortable, and I feel like I can enjoy my workouts even more when I'm doing the things that I love, such as HIIT, circuit, and just doing body weight with a little bit of resistance. And then mix it up a little bit with my cardio and HIIT. I can add 8-pound weights and I am good to go. And that's what I'm learning about my body, because this time around last year, I did not like looking at my body in my birthday suit. And the fact that I am able to do that is a huge accomplishment. And it took me a year, a matter of fact, to even get this way and, to even come to this mindset. So I just wanted to leave this with you that, hey, gorgeous. I just wanted to say that, it is okay to switch it up. So if you're tired of forcing your body into routines that don't feel good, you're allowed to change it. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, and because I'm sharing go ahead, go. Oh, now you want to wave? Subscribe if you are in your body recomp area, because I'm sharing everything that actually works for me, and hopefully what I share can work for you. Just keep that in mind. So thank you so much for watching. Goodbye, gorgeous. For sure. We both already know your place is my place.